We've all heard the whispers, the stories that chill us to our core. Tales of love twisted into something dark, something sinister, where vows become venomous and trust a weapon. In the annals of true crime, few pairings are as chilling as love and deception. These aren't stories found only in dusty books or grainy documentaries. They lurk in the shadows of our own lives, waiting to unfold. They remind us that even in the warm embrace of intimacy, danger can lie dormant, ready to strike. This is one such story. This is Emad's story. Emad was a simple man. He lived a simple life. He worked hard, he loved his family, he believed in the good in others. He was perhaps too trusting. He had dreams like anyone else, dreams of finding love, building a family, growing old surrounded by laughter and warmth. He never expected to be the protagonist in a nightmare, but fate, it seems, had other plans. Emad came from a close-knit family. They were his rock, his constant. Their home was filled with laughter, with open arms and open hearts. Trust was implicit, a given in their world. His parents instilled in him the importance of honesty, integrity, and above all, love. It was a foundation built on solid ground, on unwavering faith in humanity. Little did they know, this inherent trust would become a double-edged sword. It would leave him vulnerable, open to the manipulation of someone who saw his kindness as weakness, someone who would exploit his good nature for their own selfish gain. Love had touched Emad's life before. He had loved and lost. His first love, Amal, had left him heartbroken. It was a youthful romance that ended in tears and a bitter aftertaste. He had emerged from that experience wounded but not broken. He still believed in love, but he was more cautious, more guarded. The memory of Amal served as a reminder that not everyone deserved his trust. Little did he know, a far greater test awaited him, one that would shake his faith in love and leave him reeling from the betrayal. He carried the scars of his past, unaware that they would soon be overshadowed by deeper wounds. Section 5, A New Hope enters Sherrock. Time, as it always does, marched on. Emad healed. His family's love served as a balm on his wounds. He was ready to open his heart again. He yearned for companionship, for someone to share his life with. He met Sherrock through mutual friends. She was everything Amal wasn't. Confident, charming, and successful. Sherrock seemed to embody everything he had ever wanted in a partner. She listened to him, she laughed with him, she made him feel seen, appreciated. Soon their friendship blossomed into something deeper. Emad found himself falling for her, hard. Section 6. Whispers of doubt, red flags, and unease. Their courtship was a whirlwind of romance. From the moment they met, sparks flew, and it seemed like they were destined to be together. They spent countless hours talking, laughing, and sharing their dreams. Every moment felt magical, as if they were living in a fairy tale. Grand gestures, whispered promises, and stolen kisses. Emad would surprise Sherrock with flowers, and she would leave little love notes for him to find. They would often escape to secluded spots away from the prying eyes of the world, where they could be alone and dream about their future together. Emad was on cloud 9. He felt like the luckiest man alive, having found someone who seemed to understand him so completely. His friends noticed the change in him. He was happier, more vibrant, and full of life. But amidst the euphoria, a tiny voice whispered in the back of his mind. There were things, small things, inconsistencies in her stories. Sometimes the details of her past didn't quite add up, and there were moments when she seemed distant, almost as if she was hiding something. Evasive answers about her past. Whenever Emad tried to delve deeper into her history, Sherrock would skillfully change the subject or give vague responses. It was as if there were parts of her life she didn't want him to know about, a certain guardedness when it came to her finances. Sherrock was always very private about her financial situation. She would avoid discussing her job in detail or how she managed her money, which struck Emad as odd given their otherwise open relationship. He brushed them off, attributing them to her independence, her successful career. Emad admired her for being a strong, self-sufficient woman. He convinced himself that her reluctance to share was just a part of her personality, a testament to her resilience and determination. He was blinded by love. He trusted her implicitly. Emad believed that love meant accepting someone completely, flaws and all. He didn't want to be the kind of person who doubted his partner, so he chose to ignore the warning signs. He dismissed the concerns of his family and friends, who were not as easily convinced by Sherrock's charms. They saw the red flags that Emad was blind to, and they worried about his well-being. They tried to voice their concerns, but Emad was too smitten to listen. Love, it seemed, had clouded his judgment once again. Emad had been in love before, and he knew how it could make one overlook the obvious. But this time he hoped it would be different. He hoped that Shirok was the one, despite the whispers of doubt that lingered in his mind. Section 7. The Unveiling, a Web of Deceit and Manipulation. The wedding was a grand affair, a spectacle of opulence and joy. Friends and family gathered from far and wide to witness the union of Emad and Shirok. The venue was adorned with flowers, the air filled with laughter, and the clinking of glasses. It was a day that promised a lifetime of happiness, a testament to their love. Or so Emad thought. He believed he had found his soulmate, someone to share his dreams and build a future with. The smiles, the tender glances, everything seemed perfect. It was only after the vows were exchanged, the rings placed, and the celebrations died down, that the truth began to unravel. The facade of a perfect marriage started to crack, revealing the dark secrets hidden beneath. Slowly, like a venomous snake, Shirok shed her skin. The debt started surfacing. Bills, loans, and financial obligations that Emad had no knowledge of began to pile up. The woman he thought he knew was a stranger, hiding behind a mask of deceit. The lies, the manipulations all came to light. Every word, every promise was a thread in a web of deceit. Emad found himself entangled in a nightmare, his trust shattered. It turned out Shirok wasn't who she claimed to be. She had crafted an elaborate persona, a character designed to lure and deceive. Her true identity was a mystery, her past a labyrinth of falsehoods. She was a con artist, preying on vulnerable men like Emad. Emad was devastated. The realization that his love was a lie was a crushing blow. He had given his heart to a phantom, a figment of Shirok's imagination. He had been played, used. Every moment they shared, every intimate conversation was part of her scheme. Emad's world was turned upside down, his sense of reality distorted. His trust, his love, his very essence had been exploited. The betrayal cut deep, leaving scars that would take a lifetime to heal. Emad was left questioning everything he thought he knew about love and trust. His world crumbled around him, leaving him lost and broken. The dreams he had built with Shirok lay in ruins, a stark reminder of the fragility of trust. Emad stood alone, a solitary figure in a world that had suddenly become cold and unforgiving. Section 8. The Fight for Justice, a Family United. Emad's family rallied around him. They were his pillar of strength in the face of adversity. They might have been hurt by his choices, but their love for him was unwavering. Together, they embarked on a grueling legal battle. The evidence was overwhelming. Shirok's web of lies began to unravel in court, but the emotional toll was immense. Emad had to relive his pain, his humiliation in the public eye. The trial was long and arduous, but in the end, justice prevailed. Shirok was found guilty of fraud and emotional abuse. She was sentenced to prison, her true face revealed to the world. Section 9. Picking up the pieces. Emad's journey and a cautionary tale. Emad's story is not unique. It's a tale that resonates with many, a narrative that echoes through the lives of countless individuals who have loved deeply and lost profoundly. In a world teeming with connections, Emad's experience serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of human relationships. It's a stark reminder that love can be a double-edged sword. On one side, it offers the promise of companionship, joy, and shared dreams. On the other, it holds the potential for heartbreak, betrayal, and disillusionment. The very thing that can lift us to the highest peaks can also plunge us into the deepest valleys. It can bring immense joy, but it can also lead to excruciating pain. The moments of laughter, the shared experiences, and the dreams built together can be shattered in an instant, leaving behind a trail of tears and a heart full of sorrow. It's a testament to the fact that even the most cautious hearts can be deceived. No matter how guarded we are, no matter how many walls we build around our hearts, the risk of betrayal always looms. Emad's story is a stark illustration of this painful truth. Emad's journey back to himself was long and arduous. It was a path fraught with challenges, self-doubt, and moments of despair. But it was also a journey of self-discovery, resilience, and ultimately, healing. Each step he took was a testament to his strength and determination to reclaim his life. He had to rebuild his life, his trust, his very identity, piece by piece. The process was slow and painstaking, but with each small victory, he grew stronger. He learned to trust again, not just others, but himself. He found solace in the simple acts of rebuilding, each one a step towards a new beginning. The scars of his ordeal remained, a constant reminder of the betrayal he endured. These scars, both visible and invisible, were a testament to his journey. They told a story of pain, but also of survival and resilience. They were a part of him, a reminder of where he had been and how far he had come. His story stands as a cautionary tale. It serves as a reminder to all of us about the importance of vigilance in matters of the heart. It's a call to be mindful of who we let into our lives and to be aware of the potential for both joy and pain that comes with love. A stark reminder that we must be vigilant in matters of the heart. Trust is a precious commodity, one that should be given sparingly and earned through actions, not just words. Emad's experience teaches us the value of being cautious and the importance of protecting our hearts. That trust should be earned, not given freely. It's a lesson that Emad learned the hard way, but one that he now carries with him. It's a reminder to all of us to be discerning in our relationships and to value our own worth. That sometimes the people who appear the most charming harbor the darkest secrets. The facade of charm can often hide a multitude of sins, and it's up to us to look beyond the surface and see the true nature of those we let into our lives. Love, as they say, can be blind. It can make us overlook the red flags, ignore the warning signs, and give our hearts to those who may not deserve it. But Emad's story is a reminder that we don't have to be blind. But we don't have to be. We can choose to see clearly, to be aware, and to protect ourselves. Emad's journey teaches us that while love is a beautiful and powerful force, it's also one that requires wisdom, caution, and a deep understanding of our own worth.